an invitation to the cosmic story. In the quiet moments before our modern clamor, there lies a timeless narrative, one that has echoed across millennia in hushed tones and resounding proclamations. Today we invite you to travel back to the very dawn of existence, to explore a sacred story that has shaped civilizations, art, and the human spirit. This is not merely a myth, it is an epic woven into the fabric of our collective imagination, a narrative that marries poetic wonder with divine intention. As we delve into this story, we honor its mystery and power, exploring its depths through reflective commentary and reverent expansion. Let the voice of creation speak to you anew. The creation of the universe. Genesis, the symphony of creation. Within these words lie the keys to an ancient secret, a symphony conducted by divine will. In a voice that transcends time, the narrative unfolds like an orchestral masterpiece, where each note reveals a layer of cosmic order. The verses drawn from a sacred text invite us to witness a process both majestic and deliberate, a process that has inspired countless generations to contemplate the origins of light, life, and the endless dance between chaos and order. God creates the world in 6 days, culminating in humanity's creation in His image. Verses Genesis 1:1-2-3. Here the narrative outlines a rhythmic cadence of divine action. Each day represents a deliberate act of transformation, an intimate conversation between the Creator and the cosmos. As we listen, we sense a profound intention, a cosmic blueprint, not of happenstance but of careful design. The culmination in the creation of humanity speaks to a unique connection, a reflection of divine creativity imbued into every soul. The establishment of order from chaos, light versus darkness, land versus sea. In the interplay of opposites, light contending with darkness, land asserting itself against the waters, lies a profound truth about the nature of existence. Order emerges from chaos as if by design, each element carefully positioned to evoke balance and harmony. This struggle and eventual synthesis serve as a metaphor for the human journey, a reminder that even from the depths of disorder, beauty and structure can arise. The seventh day as holy rest, divine power, purpose, and humanity's sacred role. And finally, the cycle completes with the sanctity of rest, a moment where divine work is acknowledged and celebrated. This pause is not born of weariness, but of fulfillment, a symbol that every act of creation invites its own period of reflection and renewal. In our modern world, the call to rest is as powerful as ever, urging us to find balance amid the relentless pace of life. This is the story of how chaos became cosmos, a tale etched into the heart of civilization. These opening lines set the stage for a narrative that is both ancient and ever new. The transformation of chaos into a structured cosmos is a metaphor for every human endeavor to find meaning and order in a seemingly indifferent universe. This story is a touchstone, a narrative that speaks to the core of our being, inspiring both awe and a sense of responsibility. The void before the dawn. Before life, before light, there was a void, an emptiness so profound, ancient poets called it tohu wabohu, formless and void. Yet within this chaos, a divine breath hovered, ready to speak order into being. In this evocative opening, the storyteller paints a picture of an endless void, a silence so absolute that it seems to swallow all possibility. The term tohu wabohu resonates with a sense of primordial nothingness, a canvas waiting to be touched by the creative spark. Imagine a space where every whisper of potential lingers, where the anticipation of creation is almost palpable. In that deep silence, the divine breath emerges, a promise that even in the absence of form, there is the capacity for transformation. This moment is the quiet before the symphony begins, the pause that holds infinite possibility. Across cultures, creation myths try to explain our origins. But Genesis is different. Not a battle of gods, but one God, crafting a world with words, purpose, intent. When we survey the myriad creation stories from around the globe, we encounter epic battles, cosmic struggles, and the clash of divine forces. Yet here, in this narrative, the focus shifts from conflict to creative articulation. There is no chaos of competing deities, only the singular, omnipotent voice that calls forth existence with clarity and command. Every word spoken is imbued with purpose, every phrase a deliberate act of formation. It is a testament to the power of language itself, as each syllable molds the very fabric of reality. The rhythm of creation. Imagine a symphony in 6 movements, each day a new note, building harmony from silence. The act of creation is likened to a musical composition, a symphony where each day represents a distinct movement, contributing its own melody to the unfolding masterpiece. As the narrative unfolds, we are invited to listen as though the universe itself were an instrument, its notes echoing through the corridors of time. This rhythmic unfolding of events speaks to a higher order, where every moment is part of a grand, orchestrated design. Day 1. Light. God's first word, let there be light. Not the sun, but light itself, raw, elemental. A metaphor for clarity, hope. Darkness named night, not conquered. Balance born. On the very first day, the command for light shatters the suffocating darkness. Here, light is not merely a physical phenomenon, but a symbol of understanding, revelation, and the spark of hope. It suggests that even in our darkest moments, there exists the potential for illumination, both literally and metaphorically. The distinction is made between light as an abstract, life-affirming force and the physical manifestation of the sun. It is a primordial clarity that establishes the essential duality of existence, where light and darkness coexist in dynamic equilibrium. This act of naming and defining is our first lesson in the power of words to shape reality. In the wake of that first command, we are reminded of our own inner light, a source of inspiration that persists even when overshadowed by uncertainty. The interplay of light and darkness becomes a mirror for the human condition, where every shadow is softened by the glow of understanding. Day 2. Sky and sea. Waters part, sky arches like a dome, ancient science, profound theology. Heaven above, earth below, boundaries set, order emerges. As the narrative moves into the second day, we witness the dramatic separation of waters and the formation of the sky. This division is more than a physical act. It symbolizes the emergence of structure from formlessness. The sky, described as an arching dome, evokes images of ancient cosmologies and early scientific wonder. It is both a protective canopy and a limit to the primordial chaos, a clear delineation between the realms of the spiritual and the terrestrial. With this act, boundaries are drawn, not to confine, but to enable life to flourish within ordered limits. The parting of waters can be seen as a metaphor for the process of discernment, distinguishing between the various elements of existence, recognizing the value of each, and understanding their proper place in the vast tapestry of creation. It is a reminder that the universe is built upon both separation and connection, a delicate balance that underpins every aspect of our lives. Day 3. Land and life. Land rises. Soil bursts with green. A good world, alive. Not random, but deliberate. Every seed, a promise. On the third day, the emergence of land and the bursting forth of vegetation mark a profound moment of fertility and intentional design. The rising of the soil is depicted not as an accident of nature, but as a deliberate act of creation, a reclamation of order from the chaos of the watery abyss. The lush green that springs from the earth is symbolic of life's inherent potential, each seed carrying within it the promise of renewal and growth. This phase of creation speaks to the beauty of natural cycles, the renewal that follows even the harshest winters. It is a celebration of life in its purest form, a reminder that within every grain of soil lies the potential for abundance and transformation. Here, nature itself becomes a living testimony to divine craftsmanship, a narrative that unfolds in every budding leaf and every burst of color across the landscape. Day 4, sun, moon, stars. Lights placed like clocks to mark sacred time. Ancient hearers gasped, God, not Babylonian gods, rules the heavens. The fourth day introduces us to the celestial bodies, sun, moon, and stars, each carefully positioned as markers of time and seasons. Their placement is both practical and symbolic, serving as cosmic clocks that measure the passage of days and the unfolding of destiny. In ancient times, such a display would have filled the hearts of listeners with awe, a reminder that the workings of the universe were governed by a power far greater than the petty deities of surrounding cultures. The precise ordering of these heavenly lights reflects an intricate design, a celestial order that speaks to a deeper truth about our own lives. As we gaze upon the night sky, we are invited to consider the vastness of time and space, the cycles that govern the natural world, and our own place within this grand cosmic design. Day 5, creatures of air and sea. Water's team, sky fills with wings. Be fruitful. Life explodes, wild, free. Not for domination, but stewardship. The fifth day is a celebration of the abundant creativity that permeates the natural world. Life unfurls in myriad forms as the waters teem with vibrant creatures and the sky fills with soaring wings. The command to be fruitful becomes a call for proliferation and diversity, urging all living things to flourish in their uniqueness. Yet this explosion of life is imbued with a sense of responsibility. The creatures are not meant to subjugate their environment, but to coexist in harmonious stewardship. This stage of creation invites us to appreciate the interconnectedness of all life. Every creature, every ripple on the water, and every flutter in the air serves as a reminder that we are part of a larger tapestry, a mosaic of life in which every element has a role, every act is deliberate, and every life is sacred. Day 6, humanity. Then the crescendo. Let us make humankind in our image, not appearance but essence, to reflect God's creativity, compassion, a role not to exploit but nurture. Image bearers, artists, caretakers. This was our charge. The narrative reaches its emotional apex on the sixth day with the creation of humanity. In a divine crescendo, humankind is formed in the very image of the Creator. This statement, powerful and profound, invites us to reflect on what it truly means to be made in a divine likeness. It is not merely a physical resemblance, but an embodiment of essence, creativity, and compassion. Humanity is entrusted with a sacred mission, to mirror the Creator's goodness, to nurture the earth rather than exploit it, and to serve as artists and caretakers of all life. This pivotal moment redefines the relationship between the divine and the human. It is an invitation to see ourselves as stewards of creation, endowed with the ability to create beauty, foster community, and bring healing to a wounded world. Each act of creativity or compassion is a spark of the divine, a reminder that the legacy of that first breath continues to burn within us. Day 7, rest. On the seventh day, God rested, not fatigue, completion, a rhythm imprinted into time, rest as sacred as labor. Rest, often overlooked in the frantic pace of modern existence, is here celebrated as an essential and holy act. On this final day, the Creator ceases from the work of creation, not out of exhaustion, but as a deliberate act to honor the process of making. This pause, sanctified and deliberate, establishes a pattern, a divine rhythm that tells us rest is not merely the absence of activity, but a vital component of life itself. In our current age of relentless productivity, this message resonates deeply, challenging us to reclaim moments of quiet reflection and renewal. The idea of rest as sacred is an invitation to reconnect with our inner selves, to acknowledge that the work of creation continues within us even as we pause. It is a call to balance our labors with moments of stillness, a reminder that true creativity often springs forth from the well of contemplation and repose. Echoes in the modern world. What does a 3,000-year-old story say today? In an age of chaos, it whispers, order is possible. In a world of exploitation, it thunders, you are custodians, not conquerors. As we transition from the ancient past to our present moment, we are compelled to ask, what relevance does this timeless narrative hold for us now? In an era marked by rapid change, global crises, and technological upheaval, the story of creation speaks to a fundamental truth that even in the midst of chaos, there exists a path to order and meaning. It challenges us to reconsider our roles in the world, to see ourselves not as conquerors bent on domination, but as gentle custodians entrusted with the care of a fragile planet. The echoes of this ancient wisdom are heard in every act of conservation, in every movement toward justice, and in every moment of creative expression. The call is clear: to restore balance, to honor the sacred in everyday life, and to recognize that each of us carries within the divine spark. The image of God lives in every act of creation, art, science, justice, and in rest, a rebellion against endless grind. In this modern retelling, the divine image is not confined to a bygone era, but lives vibrantly in the creative pursuits of humanity. Whether expressed through the strokes of a painter's brush, the innovative breakthroughs of science, or the tireless work for social justice, the divine spark is ever present. Rest, too, becomes a form of resistance, a quiet, powerful counter to a culture that equates busyness with worth. It is a reminder that true creativity and renewal require moments of reflection, pause, and introspection. The universe began with a word, but the story isn't finished. What will we create? How will we rest? The answers, like the stars, await. And so, as we stand at the crossroads of past and future, we are left with an open-ended invitation. The narrative of creation is not a closed chapter, but a continuing saga, a story that each one of us contributes to with every breath, every act of kindness, and every moment of deliberate pause. In this grand unfolding, we find both challenge and hope. The word that set the universe into motion still reverberates, inviting us to add our own notes to the eternal symphony of creation. Reflections on the eternal narrative. In expanding upon this ancient script, we are reminded that every line, every pause, and every command holds layers of meaning. The creation story is more than a series of events. It is an invitation to explore the depths of our own souls, to seek out the divine in every corner of our lives, and to honor the balance between work and rest. As you listen, let your mind wander through the rich tapestry of imagery and symbolism that has inspired theologians, poets, and dreamers for generations. Consider the interplay between the raw power of divine command and the delicate intricacies of natural order. From the emergence of light out of darkness to the careful crafting of the skies and seas, each element tells a story of intention and wonder. The narrative is both a call to recognize our responsibilities as stewards of this delicate balance and a celebration of the beauty that arises when chaos is tamed by purpose. This story, handed down through ages, challenges us to live with intention and reverence. It speaks to the modern heart, ever burdened by the demands of relentless progress, with a gentle reminder that order and beauty are born not solely of struggle, but of mindful creation and sacred rest. A journey beyond time. As you reflect upon these words, allow yourself to be carried away on a journey that transcends the confines of time. Picture the primordial void as a vast canvas, each stroke of divine speech painting the cosmos with vibrant hues of meaning and possibility. The narrative is a mirror, reflecting back the eternal questions that have stirred humanity since the dawn of consciousness. Who are we? What is our purpose? And how do we create beauty in the midst of chaos? In the quiet hum of our everyday lives, the echoes of this ancient song remind us that we are co-creators in a universe that is ever unfolding. Every sunrise, every act of kindness, every moment of contemplation is a continuation of that first divine utterance, a reminder that the power to shape the world lies within each of us. In this light, we see that creation is not a relic of the past, but a vibrant, ongoing process that invites our active participation. So as the story of creation weaves its timeless melody, let it inspire you to pause, to listen, and to contribute your own verse to this grand cosmic symphony. For in the end, the narrative is not just a tale to be heard, but a call to be lived, a sacred journey that transforms chaos into cosmos and the ordinary into the extraordinary. Embracing our role in the symphony. In closing, we return once more to the words that began our journey, a reminder of the eternal power of creation, the creation of the universe. Genesis, the symphony of creation. May these words resonate with you, as they have with countless generations before. They call us to remember that every act of creation, whether it be a painting, a scientific discovery, or simply the choice to rest and reflect, is imbued with divine potential. Let this narrative serve as both a guide and a muse, encouraging you to find harmony in the balance of work and rest, chaos and order, light and darkness. God creates the world in 6 days, culminating in humanity's creation in His image. Verses Genesis 1:1-2-3. The establishment of order from chaos, light versus darkness, land versus sea. The seventh day as holy rest, divine power, purpose, and humanity's sacred role. This is the story of how chaos became cosmos, a tale etched into the heart of civilization. As we leave the sacred tale, may you carry its wisdom in your heart. May the rhythm of creation inspire you to seek beauty and order in every moment, and may the call to rest remind you of the sacred balance that sustains life. For the universe began with a word, and with every word we speak, every act we create, we continue that eternal dialogue between the divine and the human spirit. Thank you for joining us on this expansive journey through the creation narrative. Let these ancient truths guide you as you forge your own path in the ever-unfolding story of existence. Remember, the story is yours to continue, and the symphony of creation plays on in every heart, every mind, and every soul. Join the journey with Bible Tales Retold. If this cosmic tale of creation has stirred your spirit and ignited your imagination, become a part of our growing community at Bible Tales Retold. Hit that like button to help spread the light, drop your thoughts in the comments to share your reflections, and subscribe to Bible Tales Retold for more inspiring retellings of timeless biblical narratives. Your engagement is not just support, it's a vital part of this ever-unfolding dialogue between the ancient and the eternal. Join us on this journey and let's explore these sacred stories together.